Hi students and parents mostly. I had a request for some explanation on lesson 29. When you got to the worksheets, it seems a little confusing, which now that I look at it, I think, yeah, that's confusing. I better explain that. So I wanted to help you out today. So you're going to see on your paper something that looks similar to this. You'll see where it says new group, total below, place value chart, number bond. These are just different ways to discuss numbers with your student. So we'll start with this new group. This new group method is how we parents learned when we were younger. It's lovingly called carry the one, but what really it is we're making a new group. We're bundling a new group. So meaning 10 ones are bundled together to make 110. 10 tens are bundled together to make 100. And so on. So that's the new group method. So what we would do is we would say excuse me, we would say 7 plus 9 is 16. So we would write our 6, we'd leave our 6 ones. That's a silly 6, but we'd leave our 6 ones in the ones place. And then that group of 10, the 10 ones that make up the 10 and the 16, become 110. So you put that in our 1 place value, which would make that a 4, because you can see that 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 more is 4, so now I have 4 tens. So my answer would be 46. So that's where we get carry the 1 from, is that we're moving it over there, but really we're just bundling it and putting it in the proper place value. So that's what the new group method is. The students are familiar with that. They should know that. Just encourage that work and use words like bundle for addition and unbundle for subtraction, but they're familiar with this method. That's what the new group method is. The total below method is something similar, but it means that we're just working with our ones and then our tens, and we're keeping them all in the same place value. So I would say that 7 plus 9 is 16. So I would write my total below and keep it in its place value, because you'll see that the ones are in the ones, and then that 10 is in the tens column. We're keeping it in the place value, and we're just writing the total below. So that's taking care of my ones. Then I'm going to move over here to my tens, and I'm going to say 2 tens plus 1 10 is 3 tens with the value of 30. So I would write 30 below, keeping it in the place value. You can still clearly see that that's in the tens, those are in the ones, but this is way easier to solve, right? 16 plus 30, we can quickly see that that is 46. Way faster, keeping the totals in the same place value. That's the total below method. So work with your ones, then your tens, and if there's 100, you do the same thing for the 100. That's that method. I hope that makes sense. The place value chart, kids are very familiar, very comfortable with the place value chart. In addition, we can keep both numbers on the place value chart. So we would put 27 and 19 on our place value chart. We would keep our ones in the ones column and our tens in the tens column. So let's get started. So first number, 27. I'm going to write that there are 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that there's 2 tens in 27. So you can see that that's 2 tens, 7 ones, 27. Then I'm going to move to 19. I'm going to say, okay, there's 10 ones, or 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's 1 10. You can see that that's 19. Right? So I have all my numbers on my place value chart. So now, just like I did over here, I make a 10. I'm going to see if I can make a 10 over here. So I'm going to count them. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. I made a 10. I'm going to bundle them together and put them in their proper place. They cannot live there because they make a 10. So I'm going to circle them. Just like that. And then I'm going to put him over here. He belongs, I teach the kid that he's been promoted to a 10. So now I'm going to see how many ones I have left. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 ones left. Then I'm going to see how many 10s I have left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 because I made one. So I would have 4. A lot of the kids forget to add that new 10 that they made, but make sure that they count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. My answer is 46. I'm keeping this in the place value. These stay in the place value. These stay in the place value. Place value is so important when teaching math. They need to know place value. So there we go. Those are those 3 methods. Now, this last one, this number bond, not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of it either. All that it is a way to visualize your numbers. You can see that a number can be broke apart into 2 different numbers. It's not a method for solving. It's basically a mental method for them to be able to envision that number separating. Because we can see here in this new group that 27 plus 19 equals 46. So right here, I could write, I know that 27 and 19 are 2 parts of 46. I can also see in this total below method that 16 and 30 are 2 parts of 46. See that? So then I could write 16 and 30 are 2 parts of 46. That's what this paper is looking for. These are just different ways for the student to be able to solve. I've heard a lot of frustration with the way that we teach math, because this new homeschooling thing is hard because it's not how we learned math when we were younger. But I'm here to tell you that Common Core is not scary. It's actually really amazing. The goal of it is so that we teach math the same across the board. So if your student moves, they're not going to be behind. They can still do math, and they can do it the way that works for them. Because maybe this way that we learned doesn't work for every kid, but this way does. Does that make sense? So we're giving students the tool and the power to do math what works for them, so that math becomes less scary. So that's the goal, and this assignment especially was so that the students can envision the problem being solved, and they can connect it and relate it to different methods. They can see that they're doing the exact same thing in each thing. So if you ever have a question or a concern, just reach out to me. Miss Jill and I are literally just sitting here waiting to help our students. We miss them. We wish we were in the classroom. We wouldn't mind doing a Google Hangout chat, a video, a phone call, an email, anything to help our students. If we come back on May 1st, that gives us 1 month to get our kids ready to say that they're 3rd graders, and that is stressful to think about. So our whole goal during this time is for the student to not fall behind, for them to stay confident, to stay current with their skill, to just stay challenged each day, and we would love to be a part of that. We're going to make sure that we give you tools and access to everything that you need. It's just so our students aren't feeling frustrated or discouraged, or they lose that confidence. Confidence in math is so important, especially, and that's why we teach different ways. Use words like bundle, unbundle, help them envision making those new place value. You can get chocolate chips, Cheerios, Legos, anything, and put them out on the table and play with those numbers. We do a dice game at school where they can start and they roll the dice, and if they roll 6, they bring in 6 ones, and then if they roll 4 more, then they have to make it a 10. Things like that. So anything that you can help them envision those numbers becoming, those 10 ones becoming a 10, and the 10 tens becoming 100. The more visual we can make math, the more it's going to sink in for them, and that's what these are, like especially that place value chart. It helps them do that mental math and envision it. So I hope I didn't confuse you guys anymore. If I did, let me know. I hope this is helpful. If not, reach out to me and I can video chat with your student and we can do the math together. We're used to each other's lingo. So let me know if you need help, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.